Hi there. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks, and
And
this
I'm Sweet Baby James, otherwise known as James Maynard.
and tonight I'm going to talk about the topic of what makes you weak and what makes you strong, and you and me and everybody else. So I hope that you're going to participate with us tonight. But before we start the actual show, I'm going to turn you over to Sweet Baby James, who's going to introduce our program.
So welcome to Granny Rocks Our World, otherwise known as Grow. Tonight, once again, she will be sharing her wisdom, her wit, and her uncommon sense, just as we do every Monday and Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. So stay with us, and thanks for coming.
We've already gotten a message from Island. She says she's got to come back later, but she loves us.
Oh, love you too.
So that's wonderful. And Jamie said, hello, Beth and James. Happy to join you tonight. Hello,
Hi,
Jamie.
yeah.
We're so happy you're here. And Debbie said, hi, James and Beth. Good topic. Oh, my God, Debbie, are you going to be able to stay with us because you don't have to go to work tonight? That is really awesome. So anyway, well, I'm really kind of excited about this topic because, it made me start thinking about the whole subject. So the first thing is, what is strength, right? And, I looked it up in the dictionary to see what the standard definition is. And it had to do with the ability to withstand. Like steel is stronger than mashed potatoes. Because if it's like, can you withstand pressure? Well, the mashed potato can't withstand pressure, but the steel can. So that makes it strong. So that, really, but what I want to talk about is something different, which is like an inner strength, but there is a similarity to that, which is the ability to accomplish something is what our strength is. It's the ability to accomplish our ends. And Debbie said, gotta work, but we'll watch for a while. Oh, that's great. Okay. So now, what gives us the ability to accomplish something? Well, first, we have to have the motivation to do it. Because, if we don't, then it's not going to happen anyway. And the other is the capacity to do it. So I started thinking about some emotions and whether or not they make us weak or strong. So, for example, anger. Anger can make us strong because it's motivating. I'm really angry that our government pulled out of North Syria and has invited the Turks to attack our enemies, for instance. Richard said, hello, B&J. Hello, Richard.
You said to attack our enemy, they attack our allies.
Our allies. So, okay, so let's say that's anger. And that will that motivates me to protest, or you might feel the opposite, like, oh, we shouldn't have been there to start with. But it's not the thing itself. It's like, okay, that anger makes us stronger because it motivates us to speak up, to complain, to so-and-so. But you know something? The anger also makes us weak. Because anger makes us hasty, impulsive, over emotional, do stupid things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever done something stupid out of anger?
People lose their cool quite often when they blow their stacks.
Oh, yes. Now, what about love? Well, love makes us strong because it makes us feel supported. So we're not going in there all alone. And that will definitely make us feel more strong, more secure, more centered. But love can also make us weak because we might feel the need to please someone or keep someone or make someone's life stay the same way even though it should change. So the same feeling of love can make us weak. Now, by the way, I want you to be thinking about this question while I'm sharing. We're going to shut the dog. Not shut her up. We're just going to shut the door a little bit. So, okay. Here's another emotion. Fear. Now, fear can make us strong. Well, how can fear make us strong? That doesn't make any sense. Fear can make us strong because it can make us feel determined. Like, I know I'm afraid, I know this is a fearful thing, but I know that I have to dig deep into myself. And because I'm having to go so deep into myself to feel my motivation, I am actually strengthened by that. But fear can make us weak, it can make us shaky, and we can lose our courage. I mean, shaky physically can make us shaky emotionally. Determination is another emotion. Determination can make us strong because it keeps us going. It's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta get there. I know it's a mile to go, and I'll get, home. I'll get to the well in the desert, whatever it is. It keeps us going, despite everything. On the other hand, determination can make us weak because it keeps us doing the same thing over and over. I am determined to make you blank, whatever it is. Stop drinking. Listen to me. Sit down in your chair. Do this right, or whatever it is. So that determination can make us weak because we're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Even compassion. Compassion can make us strong because it can help us to get beyond ourselves and our fears. Like, we care so much that we're going to do it anyway to care for someone. But compassion can make us weak because I cannot let the other person suffer the consequences of their behavior. I'm too compassionate. I'm trying to protect them, whatever. So look at these emotions: compassion, anger, love, fear, determination. Yeah, I think I just went, those are the ones that I mentioned. Each one of them can make us strong, and it can also make us weak. So what does this mean? This means that in order for us to really be strong and accomplish our ends, we need both motivation based on some emotion, and we need a capacity based on our physical strength sometimes, our planning, our thinking, our awareness. It's like, I have to figure out how to accomplish this. I can't just go impulsively. Okay, so what we're seeing is that it isn't the feeling itself that determines whether we're going to be strong or weak. It is the objectivity around our emotions, our ability to integrate our feelings and our intelligence and our awareness that makes us strong. You see, if you don't have the motivation based on that gut feeling, you're not going to do anything. Even if you're aware, you could say, oh, I am aware of the fact that there is severe income inequality in our nation. And there is severe income. Okay. Oh, well, I think I'll have another cup of tea. But supposing you're aware that that severe income inequality is leading some people to have no medical insurance, that's leading some people to be homeless, that is leaving some children undernourished, or living in communities where there's lead poisoning, which is going to ruin their futures because it ruins their brains, or it's going to lead people into despair that might lead them into addiction. If you care about those things, then when you hear that number, oh, there is more income inequality in our nation today than there has been in 50 years. I recently read that. I believe it's true. And then when I think about that, then I feel motivated to do something. Larby says hello to all of you, and I hope you are fine. We are fine. I'm enjoying talking about this, and I hope you are all enjoying the topic too. So, awareness without emotion can lead us into passivity. a lack of motivation. But emotion without awareness can lead us into impulsive or illogical behavior that defeats us from accomplishing what we really want. So, I've kind of given you an overview of what I see about what makes us weak and what makes us strong. So, I'd like you to take a moment and think about it and ask yourself, what makes you strong and what makes you weak? So, James, why don't we start with you in case, unless someone else just leaps onto the screen, and no one else has leapt onto the screen yet. And I mean, of course, there's a lot to this, like when I talk about support, well, what does support really mean and so on, but just talking about this topic.
Well, for much of my life, I have felt anger made me feel strong. And it was also a motivation. I can remember when I was in college, whenever I did badly on the first test of the semester, I was so angry at myself and so determined that I almost always did better, much better, the second time around. So I came to feel that anger worked for me.
Yes, well, but how did that anger at yourself make you weak, James?
Well, the anger at myself.
Because that's what you said. You got so angry with yourself.
Yeah, I got angry with myself. Well, it made me tense, uptight, made me worry a lot. It kind of gnawed away at me on the inside. And so I'd have to say I wasn't as whole a person. I was kind of unbalanced, I'd say. Somehow there was a cost. Excuse me.
Sure. While James is choking, if you want me to go on, honey, or
yeah.
Okay. Looks like we also. Larby says Oh, we have a great comment in 1 second, but why don't you finish your thought, James?
Well, I've come to realize over time that I'm really stronger when I'm in the love dimension, where I'm feeling connected with other people, I'm feeling supported with them, I'm feeling supported by them, and I just feel more together, more confident.
More centered.
More
I
centered.
mean, we are not centered when we are angry. We can have that moment of anger as a motivation, but then we have to get centered. Now, Larby just said, I am emotionally weak person only in life because I am a person, I love everyone, and my heart is the property of everyone. Larby, I don't know if you were here earlier, but that's just what I was talking about. I said that love can make us feel supported, but it can make us feel weak because we may feel the need to please others or take care of them, keep them safe. And that's a terrible weakness when your heart is the property of everyone, that it isn't the property of yourself. And that's really important. So that's a very, very good example. And I'm so glad that you shared that with us. Does anyone else want to share what makes them strong and what makes them weak today? We don't have the usual number of comments that we usually do, but that's okay. I had a lot to share on this topic. Well, if no one else has anything, then let me see what else I feel like I should share before the end of our show. We have to be very careful. I think James said something important about how anger can make us feel strong, but it doesn't actually make us strong. It may motivate us. Jamie says, mine would be empathy, my ability to feel others' emotions and connect with them, but I sacrifice my own needs and my own emotions to help them first. Oh, see, look at that. Another person who's trapped by love, as in empathy. Jamie, that is so right. when I am so empathetic that I feel other people's emotions, really feel them viscerally, and then I'm paralyzed by their emotions. So, in addition to what you're saying, which is I sacrifice my own needs, which makes you weak, and you sacrifice your own emotions to help them first, all of that makes you weak. See, it's, and I actually get flooded. If they're angry, I feel their anger. If they're sad, I feel their sadness. I'm walking around with a pain in my heart. I don't even know why. And Larby said, knowing my friends that I am a person always try to be successful and answered for me and everyone. Knowing my friend, knowing that I am a person, I always try to be successful and answered for me and everyone. I'm sorry, I didn't really understand your comment.
Well, he answers for himself, so he holds himself accountable.
Oh. Well, we have to hold other people accountable too. So it's, what we're seeing is we really need that balance. We have the emotions, we have the empathy, we have the caring, but what we also need is the awareness to see what is it that is needed. He says, I have a strong heart in everything and how to deal with things. Yes, and sometimes our hearts are too engaged, and then we lose our capacity.
That's why you talk about that balance between the heart and awareness.
That's right, love and awareness. And
Love
in
and
this
awareness.
case, it's emotions and awareness. I think it's really important. I want everybody who struggles with this to think about this. If we are not whole, if we are not centered, if we are not the property of ourselves, then we are less capable of taking the right action. Larby is giving us a
Muscular
right,
arm here.
an arm. And Elizabeth said, I feel stronger when I'm connected. I think I'm weak when I'm anxious and fearful. Is that correct? Absolutely. You do feel stronger when you're connected, and you're weak when you're anxious and fearful. But also being connected can make you weak, as I've been saying, because when you are connected, then you don't own yourself. And when the other person is going down, you're going down.
So you want to have that detached awareness while you're also connected.
Right.
So you have a sense of what's for their highest good as well as your own.
Exactly. That's exactly right. We need our intelligence, our awareness to tell us whether that pulling our heartstrings to help somebody is really going to help them, is really going to hurt them, or is it really going to hurt us? I know on this show I've talked about the concept of the highest good of all, including me, and that's the case in this as well. So thank you for the things that you've been sharing. I want to remind you guys that Thursday night we do Dreams of Peace, which is I play the piano. Usually it's just me playing the piano at 7 p.m. and Sweet Baby James is there to chat while I'm playing the piano for people, and that's on at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we are here every Monday and Wednesday. And I never know what we're going to talk about, usually until the last minute. But I'm glad that we talked about that, because sometimes we have a tendency to focus on one part of the equation. So focus on our minds, thinking that's what's going to make us strong. Well, I'm totally, I've got it together. I'm totally aware, right? Which nobody is. Or we think, oh, I'm so passionate. I'm this passionate, emotional person, and that makes me better or stronger or something. No. Any one of them out of balance is going to make you weaker. And Larby said, this topic makes you happier and confident in that I am a strong person and I try to succeed. Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Okay. Well, I'm sure that you are a strong person and you do try to succeed. And so it's very important that you begin to distinguish between your feelings and your love and reality. That you need a sense of both.
An awareness of what is for the highest good of all.
An awareness of what is for the highest good. Not what your loved one necessarily wants.
Right.
But what is for their highest good and what is for ours as well. So I think that should be it for tonight. I enjoyed being here, And I love you all, and I appreciate all the support that we always get from our wonderful audience. And I hope that doing this show tonight is going to help all of us to become stronger. So until Wednesday, oh, please like and share and do all of those good things. And then come back on Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay.
James. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye for now.